Following public pressure, BC's Ministry of Health released a third-party report this week on its response to COVID-19 in long-term care. The report had been kept private for months, and while it's now publicly available, the delay in sharing has some wondering whether they can trust the province to do the right thing.
Incredibly heartbreaking.
Parbs Baines' grandmother was a resident of Little Mountain Place. Last month, the Vancouver care home was the scene of BC's deadliest COVID-19 outbreak to date. More than 40 seniors died, including Baines' grandmother. No one could say goodbye in person.
We're having Zoom calls with her and she's reaching out through the phone. Like, for us, it's horrible.
Most of the COVID-related deaths in BC have been in long-term care. So when Baines found out the province commissioned a third-party report on its pandemic response in care homes last year, but didn't release that report until this week, she got suspicious.
Just makes me think that were they trying to hide something? Have they been negligent about something after knowing how to provide better care for our seniors in long-term care homes?
The report should have been released earlier. It was available at the end of October. It was only brought to my attention 10 days ago.
The Ernst & Young report completed last October found care homes were often confused by the provincial health officer's policies during the first wave of COVID, and not all facilities were equally prepared. Health Minister Adrian Dix says the province implemented all 19 recommended improvements outlined in the report last fall. But since then, dozens more long-term care facilities have had deadly outbreaks.
Do you think if this report was made public sooner, it could have possibly saved your grandmother's life?
It could have. What if we had read that report and just had thought, like, you know what, we can't have her in there. Like, we need to take her out. Like, maybe that would have helped us to have that information and to better make that decision.
The ministry has been acting on the recommendations. This is a normal course of business issue, it seems to me. But Minister Dix was pretty exhaustive in his responses to your questions. I think I'll leave it at that.
Baines disappointed with the Premier's indifference and the lack of transparency from the Health Ministry, saying it's unfair to keep long-term care residents and their families in the dark during their darkest days.
It's not a priority for them. They're just waiting for this to be over. They're waiting for media to stop covering. They're waiting for the families to sort of give up hope that anything's going to change, and then they're going to sweep it over the rug and move on.
In Vancouver, Travis Prasad, City News.